Welcome back to the Crypto Ski conversation. We're going to go over what's kind of going on with this 2012 memos that are supposed to be unsealed today with Ripple versus SEC. So quickly looking at CoinGecko here, we're currently sitting at a $1.99 trillion market cap, currently down 3% for the day. Looking at the top 10 here, Bitcoin sitting at 42,038, Ethereum sitting at 2,997, Tether's Tether, Binance Coin sitting at 414, XRP sitting at 80 cents. Cardano sitting at $1.05, Solana sitting at $97, and then Avalanche is sitting at $91, Terra sitting at $54. Coming over here to the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index, as you can see, we're still in this neutral range, which is some positivity. I mean, last week we were obviously in the 50. Yesterday we were at 51. Today we're at 52. So a little bit more positivity and optimism within the space. We're going to quickly jump into this article here. This is from the Crypto Basic, and we're just going to read through this because I think they do just a nice, concise version of kind of what's going on. So it says Attorney Jeremy Hogan predicts outcome of the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit. So I post in my recent video yesterday. I posted just some clips of Jeremy Hogan being interviewed by Scott Powell and Crypto Eddie, and he's kind of giving his take on kind of what's going on, especially with these so-called memos that are supposed to be unsealed, and they're calling it the the make or break day within the SEC versus Ripple case, because if the memos come out and it proves that Ripple didn't have that understanding of whether their XRP, their sales of XRP was a security or not, then that's only going to strengthen their fair notice position in the case. Now, on the other side, if it comes out and it does prove that, hey, they were aware that it could potentially have been a security, then that can kind of hurt, their position within the case. So that's kind of the overwhelming concept that's kind of been going around. So Attorney General Hogan he had a massive responses within within the interview with Scott Powell and Crypto Eddie. But we're going to read through this quick article right here. It says, new evidence is expected to be unveiled today in the Securities and Exchange Commission's lawsuit against popular blockchain company Ripple. The documents, which will be unsealed following Judge Annalisa Torres' ruling last week, will ascertain whether Ripple sold unregistered securities in the United States via an offering of XRP. Many analysts believe that the documents would certainly put an end to the SEC lawsuit, as certain reports seem to be in Ripple's favor. In a live YouTube session hosted by Scott Powell, CEO of Wells Fargo, Attorney Jeremy Hogan, and it was Crypto Eddie as well, who has been vocal about the SEC versus Ripple legal battle, made a special guest appearance on the show. Commenting on how the lawsuit has gone so far and possible outcome, Attorney Hogan noted that despite several pieces of evidence that could have been provided in the case, he has seen only a few so far. He quotes, "There are 100 pieces of evidence out there, and we only have seen 5 or 10. So far, the litigation has gone very well for Ripple's perspective, but I've only seen 5 pieces of real hard evidence." So it says, win or lose. In the meantime, vital documents will be unsealed today that could bring the lawsuit closer to its end. Once the documents are officially unsealed, it is expected that several legal experts, including Attorney Hogan, will be able to give a better analysis of possible outcome. While some investors expect the outcome could end in win or loss, several others, like Attorney Hogan, predict that a lawsuit will will end in a settlement. So instead of it being, oh, you won, you lost, they're saying typically it's going to be a settlement. He quotes, "The most probable resolution is a settlement, and that hasn't changed since the beginning." Because that's been his prediction from the get-go since he started, creating videos on this lawsuit. It says the future of XRP. However, should the lawsuit not end in a settlement, Ripple's XRP's future will be determined by whether the case will end in a win. And a win for Ripple will promote the widespread adoption of XRP and the possible relisting of the cryptocurrency across various U.S.-based crypto trading platforms. Furthermore, Ripple could conclude plans to take the blockchain company public, and obviously in the IPO. In addition, a win would aid in the classification of crypto assets in the near future. So pretty much setting precedent for the entire crypto space. So that's what we've been talking about. And it ends here. It says, a loss for the Ripple will continue to see XRP delist on all U.S.-based exchanges. However, XRP trading will still continue in offshore exchanges where the SEC has no control over. So obviously, a win, there's a lot of positive outcomes. And then a loss, okay, yeah, it's a security, gets delisted until they register, right? And then it just, life goes on. XRP is still being highly adopted and highly utilized, outside of the U.S. So definitely a win is going to be better for, us XRP investors and Ripple investors, and then for the entire space for sure. There was another article here on Cointelegraph, and I just wanted to cover some of the quotes. They're kind of going over, what's at stake, kind of some stuff behind what's been going on within the SEC versus Ripple stuff. They're kind of bringing up some of the legal memo stuff. But it says SEC versus Ripple here. Here's how 2012 memos can turn the tide into a milestone crypto case. We will soon know if Ripple's executives were warned of the possibility of an SEC lawsuit ahead of XRP launch. So just looking at some of these quotes here, it says U.S. District Judge Annalisa Torres ruled that February 17th, Ripple would have to make public sealed legal memos from 2012 from Ripple's lawyers advising Ripple before launching XRP. The SEC claims that Ripple was advised in 2012 that XRP would be deemed a security under federal law. So Ripple was well aware of the risk that the SEC would bring a lawsuit. Ripple claims that the 2012 legal memos related only to proprietary internal strategies. Coming down here, this is talking about like how it ends, and it says, since about 95% of all lawsuits settle before trial, it seems likely that we'll never have a jury trial, but the interpretation of the 2012 legal memos may be a factor in some settlement of the current SEC lawsuit. So just like Attorney Jeremy Hogan's been saying, and other attorneys within the space that's been kind of weighing in on the case, usually it's going to be a settlement. And, you know, obviously based on this, this is from Vogel. We can definitely expect a settlement. So they're saying in regards to these legal memos, depending on, you know, whatever services out of these legal memos when they're unsealed, you know, whoever's position, whether it's the SEC or the Ripples, whoever position it favors the most, obviously they're going to gain a little bit more strength within the so-called argument or in the case. So if when it comes to settlement, they'll just have a little bit more leverage in a sense, or a little bit more power to kind of negotiate, you know, terms that are more fitting toward that side, you know, just to kind of put it into a simple perspective. So it's just a matter of when there's a settlement, when this thing concludes. You know, who knows? The SEC's been pushing, you know, delaying and constantly pushing things back. So who knows? They may continue to use that, you know, that strategy within this case. I wanted to end on James K. Filan's response to James Rule XRP. James Rule XRP said 17th or the 24th, and then he added Filan. He says, the SEC motion for reconsideration of the DPP ruling should be filed today. The unsealing of the legal memos also should happen today. That depends on whether Ripple files newly redacted memos or just allows the court to unseal the previously filed and redacted memos. He says, on February 24th, the SEC has to respond to Garland House motions to compel turnover of the Estabrook notes. On February 25th, Ripple must respond to SEC's motion for reconsideration of DPP ruling, and the Estabrook notes must be submitted to Judge Netburn for an in-camera review. So this elite says, what time the XRP versus SEC hearing starts today? James K. Flynn says, no hearing today, just some filings are due sometime between midnight EST. So obviously, you know, things are in motion. We may not, you know, hear too much as of today. With the filings being kind of put up, but we're going to keep tabs on kind of what's going on. We'll follow James K. Flynn, you know, Johnny Deaton, Jeremy Hogan, and kind of see what comes about these memos. But, you know, I want to know, what do you think? Do you think it's Judgment Day? Do you think this is going to be the make or break point in the case when it comes to these memos being unsealed? Do you think, you know, the Ripple's going to continue to be on the right side of the history and the right side of law, or do you think the SEC is going to get a win here with the unsealing of these memos? Let me know down in the comments. With all that being said, stay strong out there. Be safe.